Guys, we have a lot of exciting things to share with you this evening. We've got some fantastic training on one of my favorite products, as most of you who know me know. Our speaker this evening is a very, very good friend of mine and my partner. I'm going to bring to the line Mr. Brian House. Brian, are you with me?
Hey, Jay, I am with you, buddy. And first of all, thank you so much for taking intros tonight. I greatly appreciate that. And this call is getting packed.
Brian, can I tell him one more thing before you take the reins and run?
Absolutely. Go ahead. I know you're dying to do this.
I am. I'm very excited. You know, Brian and I have been sharing this vision for many, many years. This is, as you hear us say, our mission, our ministry, our movement. And this weekend marks a very, very special time for us and hopefully for all of you guys. Brian and I will be sharing the stage at the National Convention in my hometown of Orlando, Florida. So for the first time, we're going to be together in front of my family, my friends, my hometown. Brian, I couldn't be more excited, and I'm going to tell you that I've got lots of tanning oil for you because I know you Kentucky people burn easily.
All right, great. Well, I appreciate it, Jay. And guys, I don't know if you can tell, but we have a little fun with this business too. So, Jay, listen, thanks as always, buddy. I appreciate it. And listen, stick around. If you got anything you want to add here in a minute as I go through this, please feel free to do so. But I appreciate you taking intros.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Well, guys, listen, I'm excited about this call tonight. We're going to get to talk about one of the services that are included in our Financial Edge membership with MWR Financial, one of my favorite services. It's a program called MoneyMAX. And tonight, we're going to break this down into three parts. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about how to access and use the services that MoneyMAX provides for you and your family. We're going to talk about the benefits that this service can provide for you and for others. And then we're going to talk about how you can use this service and what we offer here with Financial Edge and MoneyMax to help you build your MWR financial business, because I know a lot of you are already involved in this company as consultants, and for good reason, obviously, because of the additional income that you could make. But there's some other benefits that are here with being a home-based business owner, with being an MWR financial business owner that we're going to touch on tonight that I think are extremely important for everybody to understand and how it can greatly benefit them. So with that, let's start talking about MoneyMax, how to access this service. And first of all, I want to say MoneyMax provides all of our members with unlimited financial advice on demand. And we're going to get more into that in just a second about the type of financial advice. But right now, I want you to know how to access this service. First of all, after you've logged in to your MWR Financial portal, which you do that via MWRfinancial.com by clicking on the login button up in the top right-hand corner, entering in your email and your password that was provided to you. And once you do that, you're going to come to this page, okay? Or you're going to come actually to your business center, and then you're going to click on My Services, this little tab up here where you can see my mouse is pointing at right now. You'll click on My Services, and it's going to bring you to this page where you can actually see the services that are included in your MWR Financial membership or your Financial Edge membership. And if you have an active Financial Edge membership, you're going to see where it says you are currently subscribed to this service. And there's a link under it that says click here to access your Financial Edge service. So we're going to actually do that. We're going to click on that link. And just like last week, when we were covering our EquityMax program, this takes us into our test customer site. So that we can actually walk through everything that you have available to you through MoneyMax. Now, just like all of our services, in order to access MoneyMax or EquityMax or CreditMax or WealthMax, all you do is you click on the Member Access button below that service. So you can see it highlighted here. Once you click on the Member Access button, you're then able to get information about what MoneyMax does. You can read through this information. But what I want you to understand is that any financial question that you may have, you can get answered through MoneyMax, okay? And the beautiful thing about this program is that you're not going to have to pay $125 to $200 an hour. in order to get advice from certified financial planners, CFPs, or CPAs, certified public accountants. Okay, so you're going to be able to get your financial questions answered by professionals, and you're going to be able to do that all-inclusive in your Financial Edge membership for just $79.97 a month for all the services that we have in your Financial Edge membership. So there's a huge value in this program, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But if you have any type of financial question at all, whether it's wanting to I will say this is one of the key steps, or one of the first steps that are provided in our MWR Financial Plan of Action. That's our plan of action to take you from zero to hero financially, to walk you through the entire process of eliminating your debts, reducing your tax liability, restoring your credit history, setting up a proper budget, learning how to invest or save for retirement, and then obviously we have an opportunity that's tied to this program as well, and we'll talk a little bit more about that and the benefits of that when it comes to tax reduction here in just a second. But to schedule a consultation, which is one of the things that we recommend, first of all, in our plan of action, to schedule a consultation, you'll literally just click on the Schedule Now button, and you're going to request a specific consultation time via this page. You can select the date that you want to be contacted. I'm going to select Tuesday, October 17th. Then we're going to do the time that I want a consultation. I'm going to say 1 p.m. And then your information is going to be populated here. Your name, your first name, last name, and then you're going to enter in the best phone number for them to contact you at. And so I'm going to put in a dummy phone number here. Actually, it's just a phone number, not a dummy phone number, because it's got my email address there, and I don't want you to associate me with a dummy. But at the same time, guys, you can put down in the comments section what you're looking to get a consultation for. So I'm just going to put tax reduction. Now, if I can spell. So I'll put that, and then I'm just going to submit my consultation. When I've done this, when I've submitted my consultation, and it has logged me out, so obviously I need to log back in because I was logged out there for a second. But after I've submitted that consultation, I'm then going to be contacted during the time that I requested, during that hour time period that I requested by one of MoneyMAX's consultants. And I'll receive an email, which you can probably see that just popped up here, and it reminds me of when my consultation ended. So I'll know when I'm going to be contacted, and I'll have this reminder sent to me via email. Now, once that happens, I'm going to go through, and the first thing I want to do is I want to have a tax reduction consultation. So I want to talk to them about maybe how I'm structured, if I'm already an existing business owner, or maybe I'm a W-2 employee and I want to understand the tax advantages associated with owning my own MWR financial business. They're going to walk you through the entire process, and they're going to ask you specific questions to help you determine what type of deductions you're now entitled to as a home-based business owner that you were not maybe entitled to as just a W-2 employee. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but for the average consumer out there that is a W-2 employee without a home-based business, you typically have about 35 standard deductions that you're entitled to. As soon as you become an MWR financial business owner and you own your own MWR financial business, you immediately go from having 35 tax deductions, standard deductions, to over 135 potential tax deductions. Money or tax deductions that can potentially save you hundreds and even thousands of dollars on your taxes with your current employer. MoneyMAX will analyze your existing expenses, help you determine which of those expenses are now tax deductible as a home-based business owner, calculate up the savings, and instruct you on how you can actually adjust your W-4 exemptions at your current employer to start getting those tax savings back on your very next paycheck. Now, what's so exciting about this is that, guys, for most of our members that participate in this program, depending on their income level and their tax deductions they're entitled to, but the average member that is a W-2 employee that now owns an MWR financial business with the intent to make a profit, doesn't mean you have to make a profit, just means you have to have the intent to make a profit. If they do that and they go through this tax consultation or tax reduction consultation, we're saving our average members anywhere between $300 to $500 per month on their taxes alone. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. On our MoneyMAX member access page, first of all, just like all of our services, you have a link here for how-to instructions that'll walk you through what you need to do. But I think I just showed that to you. It's pretty simple, very easy to do. But over here, you're going to see that we have a tax savings example. And I'm going to pull this tax savings example up for you very quickly here because I want you to just see an example of what just a few deductions can do for you. Deductions you're now entitled to as a home-based business owner. We've taken just 4 deductions, minimum deductions, okay, that we were able to plug in and determine that if you are single, standard deduction with no child, okay, and your annual income is $53,000 per year, you're going to typically pay around $6,475 in just income taxes, all right? Now, if your annual income is the same, $53,000, and you're able to take these 4 deductions that you see here, mileage, travel, cell phone, health care, if you're able to take those deductions alone, that's going to save you $148 per month, or $1,780 per year. Guys, that's just with 4 deductions. Remember, I said there are over 135 potential deductions that are available to home-based business owners that are not available to W-2 employees. Now, this is just for example purposes, but I will tell you, the average member typically has 10 or more deductions that they're entitled to. So again, I just showed you 4 and $148 a month savings. Now, what that did is that eliminated the cost of your membership. It eliminated the cost of your business with MWR Financial, and it freed up cash flow to be able to allow you to start eliminating your debt maybe faster with MoneyMAX, or maybe to invest in a private or save with a private reserve account through our WealthMax program for retirement. And so this is just an example, and you can look at all of the examples here, but again, these are based on just a few deductions. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is that the standard deduction with a child, if you're the head of household, you can actually pay your children, okay? And there's the right way to do this, and I highly recommend you schedule a consultation to find out what that right way is. But instead of just giving your children an allowance, instead of just paying for things that they need at school, you could actually put them on payroll with your existing business that you have now and have it structured properly through MoneyMax, all included in your membership. You can actually do that and be paying your children, and they can pay for the things they need at school, for sporting events, for dating, whatever it may be, out of their own income. And now it's tax deductible to you. Instead of just giving your children money to be able to do the things that they need and counting that on your income and not being able to deduct it, you now have the ability to be able to help your children learn how to manage money better, but at the same time, you're also helping yourself by giving yourself an additional deduction that you weren't entitled to as a W-2 employee. So this is just an example that I wanted to share with you very quickly. Now, some other added benefits here of having an MWR financial membership and MoneyMax is obviously you have unlimited consultations. So you can schedule unlimited consultations about virtually any type of financial question. Maybe you want to know how to, set up a retirement plan, or maybe you want to know how, the best type of insurance to buy, or maybe you need help with tax planning or estate planning, or maybe you want to know how to set up a college fund for your children. Maybe you want to do a budget. Maybe you want to take advantage of our review of your last 3 years tax returns. This is another benefit of this, where MoneyMax will actually analyze your last 3 years tax return. But you can get a review of your last 3 years tax returns to see if there were any deductions that maybe your previous accountant or CPA or tax preparer may have missed. Okay, so that can potentially save you even more money. So all of these services are provided through our MoneyMax program, and the whole purpose in MoneyMax is to help you, one, make the right type of financial decisions moving forward, but also to help you create cash flow by reducing your existing expenses, whether that's through budgeting, whether that's through tax reduction, whether that's through business structuring, whatever needs to be done. Our MoneyMax experts, and some of the best experts in the industry, it's actually headed up by Joe Kraft. Joe Kraft is a former executive with Price Waterhouse. I've worked with Joe for over 20 years. He's a co-author of a New York Times best-selling book. It's How Much You Keep That Counts, Not How Much You Make, which is a philosophy that I live by. Guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but saving money is just as important as making money in some cases. And what you make, you work hard for. You need to know how to keep as much of it as possible. Okay, and MoneyMax is going to help you make sure that you're able to do that. So this is how you access your services, some of the benefits that are available to you through MoneyMax. Now, let's kind of shift focus a little bit and kind of talk a little bit more about tax reduction and how it can apply to you when it comes to being in business with MWR Financial, how you can actually utilize this program to help you build a business. Now, before I go into that, I want to say something. If we have any young adults on the line here, because we did ask if anybody had, any young adults 16 years or older that would like to hear this information, I'm going to make some suggestions here. And this is to the parents, and this is also to the young adults. And that is that, guys, I would highly recommend that you help your children understand the importance of having their own business prior to even getting a job, or while they have a job, when they get out of school or they get out of college. Make sure that they understand the importance of having a home-based business. And because of the tax deductions that it's going to provide them, because of the head start it's going to provide them in life, I think that is extremely, extremely important. The other thing I think is important about especially having this type of a business is the head start it will give them on understanding the importance of money and how to do the right things with it in advance. That's going to give them a head start above all of their peers that aren't involved in something like this. And you have the ability to be able to help them with that. So I highly recommend that. The other reason I say that, and young adults on the line will realize this, and all of us as adults now realize this, but it's important to be able to get the right type of financial advice because we're not provided that information through our current educational system. Let's face it, we may learn how to balance a checkbook or some simple accounting in high school or even in college, but at the same time, we're not taught how to do the right things financially and where to get our advice from. Now, the bad part about that is sometimes even as adults, we're passing this information down to our children. We're letting them follow our lead, and maybe we're not going in the right direction all the time. So we want to make sure you're going in the right direction and that we don't pass this down from generation to generation. We want to make sure that everybody is doing the right things with their money. They're being the best stewards of their money that they can possibly be, and that they're getting professional advice. Now, here's the problem with not getting professional advice. For some of you, you can look at where that may have gotten you to this point in life, okay? And I don't say that to be negative or derogatory in any way. And listen, the good thing is you have the solution and the way out, and we can always fix that. okay? But at the same time, you may understand that you got your advice from your cousin, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your mom, your dad, people that may not be doing any better financially than what you are. And the reason being is because they were brought up in the exact same system, okay? They were taught by their parents, who were taught by their family members or friends and stuff about money. And that's not always the best place to get advice from, okay? So this is the huge advantage that MoneyMax provides, okay, is making sure that you are getting professional advice from the right type of people that are going to point you in the right direction and always make sure that you're not making financial mistakes. I will tell you this, anything that you do financially, I would schedule a consultation with MoneyMax before I made any final decision. The reason I say that is because most people think something looks good immediately. Maybe it's a mortgage. Maybe it's, setting up a retirement plan. Maybe it's, setting up a college fund or a mutual fund or an IRA or working with your 401k. And they don't understand the implications of those things when they go to take their money out, how they could be penalized for it. I can tell you, this is going to be a huge benefit having financial experts in your corner. That's what they're there for. Okay, that's what MoneyMax is here for. Now, to kind of finish this call out, and I wanted to keep this kind of short tonight, but one of the things that I wanted to point out in regards to building a business is that, guys, right now there are 177 million Americans that are W-2 employees. These are people that majority of them do not have home-based businesses. That means they are literally working 3 to 4 months out of every year just to pay Uncle Sam, because about 1/3 of their income goes to pay taxes, making taxes one of the biggest expenses that they have. I can tell you right now, if you know people that are W-2 employees that do not have a home-based business, this is the opportunity for them. This is something you need to share with them. You need to help them understand that they are giving money away every single month that they will never get back. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, some people say, well, I pay in and I get a big tax return at the end of the year. Well, I don't know if you realize what you're doing, but you're actually giving the federal government your money to work on all year long, interest-free, and then you get a small percentage of it back at the end of the year. Doesn't it make more sense for you to keep that money and be able to invest it and earn interest, or be able to pay your bills or eliminate your debts so you're not paying interest on those things, instead of just giving it to somebody free of charge, no interest being earned on it, and they get to use it all year long? Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me to do that. And so this is one of the advantages to what we do here. Not only do we provide an opportunity and a solution to help people reduce their tax liability, but because of our opportunity, it puts them into position to where they own a home-based business, and they're entitled to these deductions if they engage with the intent to make a profit, okay? So I think that's extremely important. So who does it benefit? W-2 employees. Huge benefit to them. Everybody you know that is just a W-2 employee, you need to say, hey, we need to have a conversation. I've got to talk to you about something, okay, that I think is important that can benefit you and your family greatly, okay? And now you have the information you need in order to be able to convey that to them. Now, who else can benefit from this? Well, first of all, this program is not just for people that are struggling financially. This is for people that want to do better financially, or that are willing to do what it takes to do better financially. Okay, that's what MWR Financial is, and regardless of their current financial position. A lot of times we look at a financial solutions program and we think, well, most people that are going to get involved in this, it's because they're struggling financially, or they need help, or they're doing bad. Guys, that's not the case. I just told you there's a tremendous amount of value into this program, and when you look at MoneyMaX, you can obviously see that because we have a low figure. We say $125 to $200 per hour for a good CPA or CFP advice, but the reality is that most CPAs now, that's a little bit outdated, charge anywhere between $150 to $300 per hour. $150 to $300 per hour. So who can benefit from this savings? Getting great advice without having to spend so much money. Business owners, professionals, people that are already successful or doing well financially, but understand the value of good advice and the importance of saving money, not overspending for that advice. They can benefit from having a Financial Edge membership, and chances are they can benefit greatly as far as cost reduction when it comes to having access to experts instead of having to pay exorbitant fees. They get unlimited consultations for $79.97 a month, plus all the other services that we offer, compared to paying $125 to, let's say, $300 per hour just for a consultation with a CPA or CFP, okay? So huge advantage there, huge savings, huge benefit when it comes to helping people reduce their tax liability, understanding how to handle their money. Guys, that's our MoneyMaX program. I can tell you, I've used this company. The CPA, CFPs that we've used, they have literally saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, and they've also saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars from making bad financial decisions. Things I thought may have been the right way to go, I found out were not the right way to go. And so I use them myself. I don't just tell people about it because I own the company. I use these same professionals, guys, and I think that's important for you to understand. We're not going to offer a service at MWR Financial that we don't know has already benefited us or that we've not vetted. These guys know what they're doing, and they specialize in small and home-based businesses, helping people to do better in those areas. So with that, guys, that's our MoneyMaX program. I appreciate you all taking the time to get on here tonight. Like I said, I wanted to keep this training kind of short and sweet tonight, under 30 minutes. We've done that. But I hope you guys have gotten some valuable information out of this. And if you need any other answers, just schedule a MoneyMaX consultation. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye.